Hello, y'all. Welcome to Jackalope Tales, Urban Legends in Music, where we uncover, is it real or is it a jackalope tale? I'm your host, Charles Mooney.
And I'm Lisa Umbarger. And Charles and I are co-founders of The Toadies. Now we're podcasting.
Podcasting and swiping.
Yeah. Totally swiping.
Not TikTok swiping.
No, swiping isn't kidnapping.
Yeah, exactly. We're getting into the old disappearance kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I didn't realize how many people in music had been kidnapped. What the
you
hell?
You expect to get one result, but then
Right.
you end up getting quite a few, and you're like, I've got kidnapped people to choose from?
Right, there's more than one? Okay. So we're going to talk about some musicians that were kidnapped.
Yeah, I'm talking about Frank Sinatra Jr.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about Duffy. This came up again a couple months ago, and that's what initially made me think about it. I saw her story resurface.
I'm going to be excited to hear the details on that one.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. That's
jacked
weird.
Up stuff. But speaking of jacked up stuff, you find some really fun, different things on TikTok.
Yeah, my algorithm is weird.
I love your algorithm. Can you be jealous of someone's algorithm?
I think you can.
I think that's, yeah.
Yes.
We'll have to come up with the proper psychological terminology for it. But
I know, right? I come up with a word. There's got to be a word.
Swipe envy? I don't know. I don't know.
My favorite TikTok page right now is, and it accidentally popped up one night, it's called the pointer finger. And I don't know if you've seen this one.
Yeah. You told me to watch it before we did this, and shit, I was laughing.
So it is a cartoon hand with the pointer finger sticking out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a glove, almost like Mickey Mouse hand on a stick.
On a stick, yeah.
And people they make videos pointing out things that other people did wrong around the house, like not tidying up, like they didn't use a coaster on the table, and they'll take the pointer finger hand and they're like, well, tap at the drink ring and then clean it up and then bring a coaster over and then put the drink down in the coaster, show how to do it. And you record all these things that people are doing and then send it to them while they're at work or school.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
It's like, hey, you fucked up and I'm using this cartoon hand to point it out to you.
Yeah, when it started pointing out all the stuff in the refrigerator that was jacked up, like the meat slices, the Ziploc was open.
Yeah.
And
or not putting the band closing the bread back up.
Yeah. All those different things.
Leaving your towel on the floor. I love it. It's so aggressive.
Yeah.
The way that it does it.
And you were talking about going public with it. Like where you want to be out.
Yeah.
And
because, I'm not going to do that to my family. They're like at work or whatever. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
While they're trying to make a living. but your average stranger.
Yeah.
Out in the wild.
Oh, yeah.
Starbucks line or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to tap my little finger at it.
Or you were talking about people that park bad.
Yes.
Oh, where you tap the line on the.
And I can't send it to them.
Yeah.
But I figure I could probably maybe I can send it to the cops. Like, here's their plate. Look, they're in the handicap.
Yeah.
I don't know but I want to take it out public and do some stuff in public with the pointer finger.
Because you think of all the things that irritate us, we'd have to have multiple pointers. Yeah.
Yeah. I need a really long one in my car to like, if you don't go, when the light turns green, just like reach out through my window and then point at the green light.
Or someone going 15 miles below the speed limit in the fast lane.
Right.
You could extend it out and tap them on the window.
And then extend it longer and like tap inside, look at their odometer.
Yeah.
Your odometer. Tap, tap, tap.
Yep. And then use the pointer to push their foot on the accelerator. That could be really good.
Oh my God.
It's like point, but it really gets the point across.
Right.
Ah, no pun intended. But yeah, it's like it's a fun way to do it. But then you're getting it out of your system because it's like this stuff pisses me off.
Right. And it's this very nice way of telling people. Is it nice though? Yeah, I think it is. It's cartoon hand. Like,
yeah.
Think about it. You send it to your kids saying, "You didn't flush the toilet."
Yeah.
You point at the poop. I did see one where the seat was left up. Toilet seat was left up.
Yeah.
And they like the hand comes up and like taps on the toilet seat and then puts it down and goes.
Yes, exactly. It's
Nice.
like this is how it's done.
Right. And changes the toilet paper back over. I love it. I think it's great.
That is good. See, I'm jealous of the algorithm.
You don't have to scream at anyone. You can laugh while you're doing it.
Yeah.
With a tappy finger. The tappy pointer finger. Anyway.
Not threatening at all, but it gets the point across.
So, you want me to go first?
Yeah, let's hear about Duffy.
So this is the weirdest story, but I'm going to tell it before I go into, what I think. So Duffy was a Welsh pop singer. She had a hit that won a Grammy actually in 2008 for the song called Mercy. Remember that song?
I do remember that song.
Because it was everywhere.
Okay.
But she retreated from the public eye right after that. You never did hear anything about her after that hit. And she was at the, everywhere.
Tons of attention.
You go into the Gap. They were playing Mercy. You go get Starbucks. Mercy. You go the Kroger. Or the Piggly Wiggly. And there was Mercy on the anyway, everywhere. So in February of 2020, in an Instagram post, she disclosed that she had been drugged, kidnapped, and raped. And that was the excuse for her prolonged absence from the industry.
Damn. Okay.
So in an Instagram post. Okay.
God.
Let me just set this up.
That's like a step above. I need a hug.
Right.
On Facebook.
And it created so many questions.
Yeah.
So according to Duffy, the traumatic event began on her birthday, and it was right after she won the Grammy. So it was like, she was at the pinnacle of her career.
Yeah.
Going to celebrate her birthday. And she was in a restaurant, drugged in a restaurant. And then she was taken to a foreign country, which she has not disclosed what country.
Okay.
She was held captive in a hotel room and subjected to sexual assault. The ordeal lasted approximately 4 weeks.
This sounds like one of the Taken movies.
Right?
Kind of that same kind of idea, but okay.
And the whole 4 weeks, she said she feared for her life.
Yeah.
And she was in danger. She managed to escape and subsequently spent several years in recovery working with psychologists and relocating multiple times to try and regain a sense of safety and normalcy. Because she was still living in fear.
I get it.
So she didn't go back in the public eye because she was afraid.
Yeah.
So in her own words, Duffy describes the aftermath as, "I spent 10 years completely alone." She emphasized the importance of her recovery journey, stating, "I can now leave this decade behind where the past belongs." So she's trying not to talk about it.
Yeah.
But after years of silence, Duffy made a public appearance in March of 2025. So just this year. Yeah. And that's when I started to see it. Because I was like, this is an odd story. What's the background?
Yeah.
So she made an appearance on TikTok promoting the remix of her song Mercy. And she was lip syncing the thing to it. So, but it marked her first public appearance in over a decade. And hopefully people were saying it signaled a return to publicly making music again.
Yeah.
So don't know. So Duffy's courage in sharing her story has shed some light on some challenges faced by survivors of sexual assault and the complexities of healing.
Oh, God.
But she has a website called duffywords.com where she gives a bit more detail about her kidnapping, but not a lot.
Oh, still
So,
doesn't like to
yeah.
talk about it.
She
Okay.
says that she's still afraid of this person and did not want to report them to the police. I can
What?
understand if this person's a person of means, and they can create issues for her.
Uh-huh.
But
Damn.
without being in her shoes, I don't know. I can't judge her.
No, it's hard to even fathom this.
And I haven't been kidnapped, nor have I suffered any kind of this trauma that she has from the kidnapping.
Well, I mean, we'd grab you and take you to parties because you'd want to stay home.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Once I get there, I was like, okay,
I know,
best
because you're
kidnapping
like,
ever.
she doesn't want to go. Let's go get her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the thing that's bothering me most about the story is the lack of details
Yeah.
and resolution with the story. So she's come out publicly and said, this thing happened to me. And she just kind of like throws it in the room. It's like a firecracker in a room and then leaves.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Like,
I know.
what if this person's out there doing it to other people?
Others? Yeah.
Right? There's no warning. I mean, I don't understand. There's a lot of, for me, is like, I don't get it. I need resolution.
Yeah, at least provide something.
Yeah.
I mean, because it sounds like she still hasn't recovered from it. And I mean, like you said, you got to respect just the situation. You don't know how you'd be. I mean,
right.
But God,
but
I don't
give us some more
know.
details. No one knows what country she was kidnapped to or how it went. Like, did they put drugs in? I mean, it's all like very basic, not.
And
give us details.
Yeah. And then it's like, that would have been a great opportunity for her to write something when she first comes back to the public eye, but she came out with a remix.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah. So because there's so many lack of details and she broke the story on Instagram. Most people think that this is a hoax.
Yeah.
They're like, what is she? Is this a cry for attention?
I can see
what's going on.
Yeah.
Did she have some kind of mental breakdown? And it's,
and she's disguising it with this kidnapping aspect. I don't know.
But it just feels, I don't know. The way she rolled the story out just seems suspect. As the kids say, sus. Because if she was that scared and worried, she wouldn't roll out the story, would she?
No.
And she wouldn't roll it out in such a way that still leaves her naked and open to the kidnapper, the abuser to abuse again. So, and then it makes me go, is it a record industry person?
That's what I was just thinking, to explain whatever else is going on.
Yeah. So mostly here I go, okay, you were kidnapped and I got nothing still. So I know just as much now as I did when you just disappeared. And I just thought you were a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No.
So it's totally.
That's weird.
I hate saying this, but it's just not a satisfying story.
Right. You like the movies with a true ending to it.
Right. I mean, even if it didn't have an ending, if she just said, I'm not going to give any details about this person, but this person, she hasn't even said it was a male.
Yeah.
But this person, we were at this restaurant and I was eating this thing, and then all of a sudden I woke up here. There's no details to the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I was eating tiramisu, or I was eating a steak and steak tasted funny. And then all of a sudden I'm on a plane.
And it's like she won the Grammy and all this stuff. Would she really be somewhere where it's just her and one other person, and then they carry her out? I don't know.
I know. So I want to know how this was done, so I know it's not going to happen to me. Yeah.
Good point.
Right.
Don't eat out.
Did the person like throw you over their shoulder and walked out, and the restaurant was like, I'm cool with this. This looks totally normal.
Yeah, I mean, they could say, "Oh, she's wasted again,"
Right?
and we're
And then
taking her to the hotel room.
Right. And then you get on a commercial flight and they're like, yeah, she is drunk. She won her Grammy. Here it is in her suitcase. She's in her carry-on.
I'll have her nuts. Yeah. Go ahead and bring them.
Yeah. And I'm sunglasses on. Sunglasses
on
at
Bernie's again.
Yes. And but and I don't want to make light of it. If this really did happen to her, I think something did happen to her.
Yeah.
I just feel like she's missing an opportunity to help,
to bring awareness.
Yes.
More specifically.
Right.
I get
right.
it. Yeah.
And maybe it's not in her nature to share, but if you're going to share, anyway, it seems like she would have just disappeared. Mm-hmm. Why do you have to do an Instagram post? Yeah. That's the most confusing.
That's a weird way to
Seems like if you're going to break this and not just go, hey, Instagram, I was kidnapped and raped and stuff, and here you go, goodbye.
Yeah.
Go on Oprah.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Go where they would really provide
and do an
support
interview or 60 minutes or something like that. Go and do an interview where they're going to be kind to you. And
have you noticed if this whole thing has gotten a lot of scrutiny and questions?
No,
or is everyone just kind of standing back?
Yeah. That's the weird. Other thing. No one's going, hey, Duffy.
Yeah.
Okay, you want us to write about your story and say that you've been kidnapped so you can have people can be compassionate towards you. But all you're telling us is this is like dot points.
Yeah.
Fill it in. I want the whole research paper. Or give me, just the crib notes.
Oh yeah. Well, and it's like another thing, people on Facebook where they post, I'm in the hospital now, need prayers.
Right.
And then
911 emergency, and then they leave.
They don't respond or say, because everyone's like, what's wrong? And then they don't even, it's like, come on.
Prayers now. Prayers up, everybody. Emergency. Yeah. So I feel like this is like, she's saying it's an emergency and please help me and understand. But I went to the Duffy Words. I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to go to her website, duffywords.com. I'm like, what the fuck? There's nothing here.
Wow.
Well, I mean, there was a bunch of words. It was Duffy Words.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
But it didn't amount to anything to explain.
No, it didn't tell me things. Like, it didn't say, I was at this restaurant and this happened. And I was like, and then tell me I was on top of the world and fill in the story. I want a story. I don't want dot points.
Left you hanging.
Yep.
God.
Anyway, that's my thing.
Well, I mean, if you want a story, I got one with all the details.
I want to hear about Frankie Jr.
Now, for this one, we're going back to the 60s.
Sweet.
We're taking that time travel. The time of swinging parties, mafia rumors, and apparently amateur kidnappers who thought crime was just another side hustle.
It is now, isn't it?
It kind of is. I mean, we're talking about the one and only Frank Sinatra Jr., son of course, the legendary crooner Old Blue Eyes himself. I love Frank Sinatra. But yeah, Frank Jr., he got yanked out of a motel room at gunpoint and tossed into a ridiculous crime caper that sounds more like a rejected Sopranos episode. So it's really almost
he's in a hotel room.
Yeah. So it was December 8th of 1963, and Frank Sinatra Jr. is 19 years old. And I mean, he's starting to kind of tread out there to do his own little bit of fame. I mean, my God, when your dad is Frank Sinatra, it's
ride those coattails, son.
Oh, you can ride them, but boy, I mean, it's hard to get past your dad's shadow when he's there. Yeah. But he's on tour and staying at Harrah's in Lake Tahoe, which at the time was still more like a mob casino than a family-friendly getaway.
Huh.
But meanwhile, there are these three not-so-brilliant criminals that are hatching a plan. You've got Barry Keenan, Joe Amsler, and John Irwin. And they're a trio of misfits who apparently thought kidnapping the son of one of the most powerful entertainers with rumored mob ties was a sound investment. Keenan, who's the ringleader, he was actually a former high school buddy of Nancy Sinatra.
Really?
Yes. He knew the family, which makes this even dumber. So here's what happened. On that cold December evening, Keenan and Amsler show up at Sinatra Jr.'s room under the pretense of them delivering a package.
Okay.
They barge in, tie up Frank Jr. and his trumpet player roommate, John Foss. They gag them both, and then, get this, they carry Frank Sinatra Jr. through the hotel.
Tied up?
Yep, leaving Foss behind. And I mean, literally just put him on their shoulders and carried him out.
Not even like the luggage cart? See, that would be funny.
That would have been great. Oh my God. Riding it real, stopping it all of a sudden and pushing. But Foss did, the trumpet player, he did end up managing to free himself, and he called the cops. But by then the kidnappers were long gone, and they were driving Sinatra Jr. across the state line into Los Angeles. So meanwhile, back at Harrah's, people are freaking out because this isn't any missing kid.
Right.
This is Frank Sinatra Jr. And his dad finds out, and he's ready to tear the world apart to get him back. I mean, the FBI gets called in, the media catches wind, and pretty quickly it becomes national news. And now here's where it also starts to, if it isn't bad enough, now it gets even more cartoonishly strange. So Keenan and his gang, they weren't out for blood. They were out for cash. Keenan was convinced that if he could just get $240,000 in ransom, he could pay off his debts and invest in real estate.
There you go.
Now, that's, of course, sounds small. It makes me think of Austin Powers, where he's like $1 million. But this is about $2 million back then.
Whoa.
So, yeah, that's his grand plan. Kidnap Sinatra, flip some condos, and retire early. But they keep Sinatra Jr. blindfolded and gagged, but they feed him and they keep him in Los Angeles hideout for about 2 days while trying to contact Frank for the ransom. Now, Frank Sr., who's furious and probably considering hiring a few guys from Jersey, cooperates with the FBI to pay the ransom.
Uh-huh.
So now here's the twist, is that this really was interesting being a Frank Sinatra fan. He was so nervous about misdialing during ransom negotiations, he literally started carrying $200 to $300 worth of dimes to always be ready to have exact change for a payphone. So he was nervous about losing contact, or if something went wrong, he would always be able to stop at a payphone with a dime because it costs that then.
At least you know he loved his kid.
Oh, yeah. And in fact, this was really cool. Sinatra, after this, always carried a roll of dimes with him to remember the event, and even a roll of dimes was put in his casket.
Whoa.
When he passed away. So really cool. But yeah, the ransom was paid, $240,000 in small bills. Sinatra Jr. is released unharmed on December 10 and left on the side of a road in Bel Air, and then he just walks to safety. And now you'd think the kidnappers would be long gone, living it up in Mexico or something, but nope, not in this instance. These guys started spending the ransom cash like they just hit the jackpot. Barry Keenan, the mastermind, well, of course, couldn't keep his mouth shut, bragging to his friends and even his own mother he told about. And then the mother tipped off the FBI.
His mom ratted him out.
His mom. So we could have put her in the mom episode.
She's a shit mom
last week. But so within a few days, Keenan, Amsler, and Irwin are arrested. most of the ransom monies recovered. And of course, the trial was a circus. During the trial, Keenan's defense tried to plead insanity, which didn't work. All three men were convicted. Keenan and Amsler got life, but they did only end up serving a few years. And then Irwin, who was the least involved, got probation.
Probation? That's it?
Yep. Well, he was the least involved. It was the other two. I know, but you would
still, you're part of a kidnapping. It seems like you wouldn't
get off that easy.
Right.
Maybe it's one of those things where he was a witness for the prosecution. So,
all right.
But now here's kind of a jackalope aspect to this. Because for years, people speculated that the whole thing was a publicity stunt.
Ooh.
That maybe Frank Jr., struggling to make a name for himself, staged the kidnapping for attention. And I mean, even Howard Stern pushed this theory on his show during the 90s. But the FBI never found evidence of this, and both Sinatras deny it. So
if he did it for a publicity stunt, those guys went to jail for it.
Yeah. I mean, but they got out pretty quick. I mean, so, but I mean, Frank Jr., for his part, he tried to move on. He had a long music career, even conducted for his dad, but the shadow of the kidnapping never really left. I mean, imagine here you are trying to be this singer and try to get out of the shadows of your dad, but you're always known for this kidnapping.
Yeah.
So, but, so you can imagine that it's like, crazy story.
I wonder if Nancy was like, I wish I was kidnapped.
Because these boots were made for walking.
Totally made for walking. That's just what they'll do.
Yeah. I mean, her for one song. I don't know any song for Frank Jr.
No, I remember that he was on the talk show circuit and he would be a guest like
really?
Johnny Carson type shows like Mike Douglas or whatever, and he would sing. And I was like, oh, he's got a kid who sings like he does. And he would sing this. So here's the deal. He shouldn't have sang the same style of songs as his dad.
No, don't do that.
But he did.
You shouldn't. No.
Yeah, he was singing that big band.
I mean, but
if he tried to be like the Osmonds,
or a country singer,
oh man, yeah. But he wasn't going to break out of his dad's mold and do something different.
No,
Nancy did. She wore the go-go boots. It's easier though, probably when you're a woman. To
he couldn't wear he could have sing. He should have worn go-go boots,
right? And sing. They could have done a brother and sister thing.
Oh my
like
god,
Donnie
a duet!
Yeah, that would have the Sinatras. That would fucking be awesome.
Now you're talking. Yeah, that could have done something.
Yeah, and she was a little bit country, and he's a little bit rock and roll.
Oh man!
Actually, she was a little bit. Well, he wasn't rock and roll.
No,
but they could do.
But along those lines,
she's a little bit go-go, and he's a little bit.
He's a little bit big brass.
Yeah. So that would have been really.
That would have been clever.
I bet you they had two big egos though to do it. I'm just making up stories.
Yeah,
right
but it does sound good. See, you got that marketing mind.
They should have fucking done that. I would have made
missed opportunity
because they were both lovely looking people.
Mm-hmm. Well. I mean,
market that. Oh man,
when you got a Sinatra gene, oh my god. But that was it's insane because you went from such ambiguity to all this detail in mind. So
right.
See, kidnapping.
I want the details. So it's a more fun story. But the thing is no one is questioning Duffy's with no information.
No one's speculating.
But people think that Sinatra Jr.
did,
and they are making speculation. And they even arrested kidnappers, and they think that he's faking.
Yeah.
So they don't think Duffy's kid is faking, but they think that.
Well, I think
Frank
with the
Jr.
lack of knowledge, they're just afraid to commit to like a come on. This didn't happen, or I don't know.
Is Frank Jr. Still alive?
I don't know if he is actually. I'm guessing not.
I remember stories of that he went in to a depression and alcoholism and that kind of thing.
Shit.
But it's probably more so of living in your dad's shadow.
Than, oh yeah, trying.
But I wonder if any of that had anything to do with him.
Oh, but it definitely got him attention. But it didn't get him attention for his music.
Right.
You got to be careful what you want to get attention for.
He should have bussed outside the courthouse, like out there on the steps.
Oh God! Yeah. See, that was golden opportunity.
Yeah.
But yeah,
done some kidnapping songs. Are there any kidnapping songs?
Well, You Hold My Heart for Ransom.
Right.
I'll just write some.
Yeah.
We can have a kidnapping theme album.
I think we should have a kidnapping theme.
Make it punk.
Kidnapping's so weird.
It really
when
is.
You think about it.
Oh,
you can't get away with it.
No. It's, I mean,
there's no good way. It's the exchange of money and child or money and person. Because there's too much, it's too risky.
I know. And you got to steal a good kid, because if you steal a bad kid, they're going to be like, keep it.
I don't care. Right.
I know, right?
And then what if you start liking the kid? And you're like, I really don't care about the money. This is a pretty decent kid.
Yeah.
They do the dishes and everything.
Yeah.
I need company.
Right. They don't need the finger pointer
to
show them what they're doing wrong.
Why do they call it kidnapping when it's an adult?
Kidnapping? I don't know.
And there's
because an adult can be kidnapped.
Maybe it's the napping part. When you're an adult, you're like, I sure do wish I had a nap. And they're like, well, I have one.
I just want to sleep and forget it.
You just have to ride in this trunk and you can get some sleep during the day.
I'm not even going to want you to talk. Yeah. Good question. We'll have to come up with the answer on that one.
Oh, fuck.
Perfect for a short for YouTube.
Hey. You know, I think never mind. I'm not even going to say what I think. Let's just get right to it.
Oh, the
Kazoo Lone Star Salute.
Intro to Lone Star.
Yep. Lone Star Salute. This is where we read 1-star reviews of anything to do with music.
Yeah, we can kind of tie it into what we talk about. Sometimes we don't have to, but
there's a lot of bad stuff in music and people are rating it.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah. And it can be about anything. It could be shows, albums, songs, just anything. And
mine's about an album.
What is it?
It's a Duffy album.
Okay.
And apparently Duffy has an album called Endlessly.
Oh.
And someone named Dawn Brown bought it.
Okay.
And this is what she says about it.
Oh.
She says, I was in Italy and heard this song called Well, Well, Well on the radio a lot. So when I came home, since it was our theme song, I looked it up. Great. I found it. I bought it. And I bought the CD for this one song, Well, Well, Well. But I can't get past the rest of the songs. Sorry, Duffy. I'm not sure how she made it into the business, but good for her. It just may not be my style of music. Her voice is grating and a bit whiny, but then again, it just may be the style of music. It's just my opinion. She's like going back on her 1 star.
Yeah.
She's like, it sucked, but it just might be me.
But
it sucked. And I might not like it.
Yeah. No,
I mean, if you're going to give a 1-star review,
commit.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Don't go.
Don't second guess your 1-star.
So she says, it's just an opinion. I'm giving this CD a 1 just for the theme song. Otherwise, I would not have bought it, and I had to rate it, or I could not post a review. So she keeps she's too apologetic for this. So I'm guessing that this is an old white person.
Where they're trying to make it polite.
Right. She's trying to be polite. She's like, I'm sorry, Duffy, you suck. But it did suck. And so, yeah.
Your 1 star needs to go for the jugular.
Yeah. Go in there. Get it.
Get it done.
Yeah. So I'm rating Dawn Brown's Lone Star Salute as 1 star.
Oh,
she needs to commit.
A double 1 star. I like that.
Commit to this, Dawn. Come on. If Dawn is still alive.
Yeah.
She seems aged here.
Because a 1 star with doubt is a 2 star.
Right.
So
exactly. Right.
You gotta be full on.
Go in there, Dawn.
But on mine, I actually found a 1 star review for a Frank Sinatra Sr. album. By Fernie Canto.
Sounds like a mob name.
It really does.
Totally.
I think, yeah, maybe he was held at gunpoint to write this 1 star.
Fernie, welcome to the restaurant. You want your meatballs? Yeah.
You want your regular booth? Yeah. And he's talking about the album Wee Small Hours.
That's a good album.
It's one of those where Sinatra went really soft and kind of like sad because it's all about
his kid
breakups.
Was kidnapped.
Oh, well, true too. Yeah. It's titled I Couldn't Stomach in the Wee Small Hours. He goes on to say, I'm an admirer of a wide array of styles and genres, and I'm always trying to expand my taste and learn new things. And I have a big interest in studying the classics because there's always something to learn from them. Interesting approach.
Mm-hmm.
But by God, In the Wee Small Hours was unlistenable. I tried. I swear I tried. I couldn't appreciate the songs themselves because the arrangements are so overbearing, so obnoxiously sugary, so radioactively syrupy, they just crush the melodies into dust. It's pure slush. I understand that this stuff was standard and popular in the 50s, and it was a groundbreaking release, but I couldn't bear it. Not even the historical importance was enough to hold my ears. Awful, awful experience.
1 meatball.
Yep. So
I really like that album.
I do too. I mean, it's
Wee Small Hours itself, the title song is like,
oh
man,
it's emotional.
And I understand it does have it's really orchestrated.
Mm-hmm.
Very orchestrated.
It is.
But
because it's setting that mood on that album where it's about the breakups and the just not having the relationship anymore. But was it going to be silence and then just a vocal?
I don't know what he was expecting.
I don't know. Maybe he was wanting like the bouncy sea.
Yeah.
Or something where a bouncy meatball.
Right.
No.
Fernie, he doesn't know.
No, really doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of not knowing.
Oh.
We have to have some kind of musical indication of the happy ending.
I always have a happy ending after meatballs.
Man, you know what? It sounds pretty good, right?
It does. Some pasta. Damn.
Pasta sounds really great. Some penne.
Oh, God. Man.
Yeah.
That's if there's something that would be good to be in the mafia, it's being around the families that cook all the
right.
Oh,
and
man.
The garlic bread festival that's happening at the park. You have to bring your own garlic bread.
Yeah, but you said it was for gay people,
right? No, there's a poster. There's a poster, and there is a park that's close by that they're having a gay garlic bread eating festival in the park. May 17th. And it's coming up.
Okay, so it wasn't like while we're doing this. Okay, good.
But I don't know if it's for gay people, if you're supposed to be super happy.
So did it have a smiley face on the sign?
It did.
Okay,
and rainbows.
That could be both.
It was smiley faces and rainbows.
Okay,
so I think it's happy people eating carbs.
Oh,
man. At the park on the 17th. But it's bring your own garlic bread.
I'd turn gay for being
garlic
able
bread?
to eat. Yeah.
Man,
carbs get me every time.
I love garlic bread.
Do you like cheese garlic bread?
Bring it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
But it's real buttery. where it soaks all the way through and you have to use several napkins.
And see, I feel so cheated if I have pasta and no garlic bread.
Yeah.
You got to soak it up with it. You got to swipe it around the plate.
And people make fun of Olive Garden, but those breadsticks.
Oh, you cannot. Yeah.
People need to shut it.
Yeah.
About that. You quit making fun of Olive Garden.
Hell yeah. That is sad though, when the salad and the breadsticks is the highlight. And then you're just getting the meal just so you can have the salad.
But you're done. You're done. You're not eating that.
No, you can take the
salad and
home.
Breadsticks. And then if you have extra, wrap it up in a napkin and you can go to the park May 17th. Because I'm guessing that the happy garlic bread people are going to let you bring breadsticks as well.
It all falls into play.
So,
okay,
all right.
We might have to attend.
I think it's where was all parks. I think it's every park in America.
Oh,
is having a garlic bread festival.
Oh man, all the parks are going to have the garlic smell.
Gay garlic bread festival on the 17th of May. And I don't even know if that's a weekend, but let's go. I'll be in California.
Okay.
At the Cruel World Festival. If you show up there, bring garlic bread.
I wonder if I could have a shirt because sometimes they use parsley. Maybe I could say I'm parsley gay.
Yes, for garlic toast. Yes.
Okay. Well,
man.
Oh, look at you being out of town when it happens.
Well, I mean, it's at every park.
Oh, well, okay.
All
you got to go check
America.
The park.
So go to the park. Everyone go to your local park, bring garlic bread, and smile while you eat it. And maybe bring a blanket and bring some extra garlic bread for other people.
Share the garlic.
Share it.
Share it.
So let's recap.
Yeah.
Neither of these are Jackalope Tales. Well, I mean, are they?
There you go. Right? The conspiracy on both of them.
So someone went to jail in yours.
Yeah.
No one went to jail in mine.
No.
So everyone believes mine.
See, mine has tons of details. Yours had very little details.
And everyone believes Duffy because she's the victim.
Or they're just being kid gloves. Be cautious. Let's not freak someone out who might have a mental issue from it. So,
but, tell me. Or don't tell me.
Yeah.
So you either tell the details or don't tell the details at all and don't go on Instagram and do it. So these could be Jackalope.
This could be a first where we have 2 documented stories that are also considered possible jackalopes.
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. Our garlic bread has aligned.
It does. It does align.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so I'm just going to say these are possible jackalopes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. It's even been said.
Yep.
So we got to go with it.
Yep. Got to. So everyone, thank you for listening. Follow the links on our show notes to find us on the socials.
Yeah.
And,
yeah. Be sure to like, subscribe, rate, leave us reviews, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts. Be sure to give us a subscribe on YouTube so we can get the live stuff going where maybe we could do a garlic bread gathering.
I think we should.
Live.
So if you show up at the park with your garlic bread, say Jackalope sent you.
Yeah. Yeah. So gay people are getting garlic bread.
It might just be happy people though too. We don't know.
Say okay. True,
I think it's all people. So let's just say every
all
person.
People. Because I was going to say, what would a straight person?
Who doesn't? Gay people are not the only people who like garlic bread.
No, of course not.
Everyone loves garlic bread.
I love garlic bread.
Even people who aren't doing carbs love garlic bread.
Yeah,
probably more so than anyone.
Oh yeah,
because it's the right.
Yeah. No, right. I'm not sure what the gay and the garlic is, but hey, I'll take it. That's alliteration.
Everyone should have it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm happy.
Join us next time as we question: is it real or is it a jackalope tale?
Or is it a 1-star that gets wimpy and becomes a 2-star? That was annoying.
Right.
Commit, people. Commit.
Do it. You got to commit to it. Speaking of commitment, go to the park May 17th. Bring garlic bread and a blanket. To be comfortable, or a chair. How about chairs?
Yeah,
on chairs because I'm all about comfort.
I'm gonna have to sneak in a little pasta.
I want some fucking garlic bread so bad right now. Doesn't it sound
Can you
good?
imagine going around and being like, damn, your garlic bread looks better than mine.
Is it wrapped in foil?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. If you bring the garlic bread wrapped in...
I'm talking about the foil. I mean...
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you been in Tom Thumb when they bring out the fresh garlic bread and they put it at the front at 5 o'clock? So when you come in, if you're just running home from work and pick something up, they're like, we just cooked garlic bread. And you're like, well, fuck yeah, I want that. And you don't even know what you're having, but you're going to get the garlic bread.
And see, can you imagine if Miss Baird's that had been on I-30 back in the old days, you drive by and smell the bread, if it had been
garlic bread?
Garlic bread. Oh,
man.
That would have turned the whole town gay.
So, well, it already did. Evidently. And we're all going to celebrate it. And they say,
yes, I'm up for it. I'm up for it. Rainbows and garlic bread. Gonna love it. Gonna love it.
Do you have any garlic bread?
Yes, I do.
Should have some.
Oh, man. Put it in the air fryer. A little cheese on the inside. Yeah, it's stuffed cheese.
What?
Garlic bread. I know. It's kind of in the shape of the Olive Garden stick.
Okay.
Oh,
we gotta go.
We'll warm up.
Thanks, everybody.
All right. Bye. We'll stop talking about garlic bread. I know. Let's go.
I'm thinking, Italian food.